Where we last left our heroes after a riveting discussion between Dogud, Hresh, and the party, they decided to take up Hresh's invitation to teleport to the city of Amberglade, where they will make their approach to Silver Rock. Dogud presented them with a few gifts, basically, one of which a horn in the shape of a wolf that will summon the spirit of Spike to assist them in battle, should that time come to pass. And he also offered to grant a fraction of his strength to the army of to Hresh's army in the coming battles ahead. Upon arriving in Amberglade, we were greeted with some tender moments between Daenir and old Lex, his surrogate father and caretaker that adopted him when he found his way to Amberglade as a child. Asmo and Nara had a nice discussion as well, coming to terms with a lot of the events that have come to pass. And Wolfgang spent some time tidying up around his old homestead. After finding a number of brochures, the party realized that the Wandering Weasel was in town, to which Asmo and Nara were the first to arrive, being greeted by a old, familiar, muppety face.
Oh my god, Pip! Asmo just like pushes Nara out of the way, like,
Shoves him to the floor.
What is a pip?
Ah, one of the best workers I've had. You hear a voice coming from behind you.
What? Who are you?
You turn, you see the face of the smiling face of a old, looks to be human male. Probably stands about 5'7", has kind of like stringy brown to gray hair coming out the top of his head, and a full brown to gray beard on his face. Hello, and welcome to the Wandering Weasel. This is my establishment. I'm Tom.
Hello, I am Nara. She sticks out her hand.
Didn't expect one of your sort around here. He reaches out and gives you a handshake as well. Asmo, you've made your way to the bar by now, and Pip is just like waving, like,
no, bring it. Give me a hug.
He leans over kind of timidly.
Puts in a headlock. Asmo puts in a headlock, kind of gives him a noogie. Like, not too hard, though.
I just want to see how this is going. Give me an athletics check. You're not going to hurt him.
No, I've killed him.
On accident.
No!
He broke his neck.
14.
Oh, no.
You pull him in, you start ruffling his hair. You kind of like pull him halfway over the bar. He's just kind of like flailing his arms.
Asmo, are we trying to kill the members of this bar?
You could try, but it wouldn't work.
Not on my watch. You hear a voice come from the bar as a very toned, very bronze-skinned woman kind of raises her head a little and just kind of cocks her head around. Sees you, Asmo. Oh, it's you.
Yeah, it's me. Miss me.
Welcome back. Little, I guess.
Asmo just kind of gives like it one thumbs up.
What is happening?
To give you an idea of the woman and man, here is a picture of them that they had from the party's first interaction.
Well,
nice.
This
is the Wandering Weasel. Tavern. You're here to drink, make merry, and have fun before the coming action.
Do you have char meat?
Char meat? I believe we do. Tom waves over a translucent humanoid dressed in fairly scant, kind of like Bavarian beer wench gear.
Do we have charred meat on the menu?
It kind of like bounces to the affirmative.
Splendid! 1 plate! I'll put it on his tab.
He points to Asmo.
Thank you.
Asmo's not paying attention. He's too busy, like, pulling at Pip's cheeks.
Love you. I missed you so much, dude. How? But tell me, have they been treating you well? Have they been working you just hard enough?
Pip nods kind of enthusiastically. He kind of like gestures up and down. He's wearing a suit very similar to what Tom is typically wearing behind the bar, with the black vest, the ruffled shirt.
Oh my god. And by the way, I gotta say, Pip, these threads. You look absolutely dapper. You gotta be beating a woman off with a chair.
He kind of blushes and kind of shrinks back, looking down to the side.
And there's many pretty ladies who walk in.
He looks over to a corner where there are a couple of who you actually recognize to be some of the farmers' daughters from around the area. He just kind of gives them the little twiddle fingers high, and they just kind of like giggle a little and go back to their conversation.
Hey, what are they drinking right now?
He kind of like points to
Tell you what,
so it's like this bottle with a big apple on it.
Tell you what, I got you one better. You can't say Asmo never did you solid, so here about this. I'll cover their drink, and you say that you covered it.
And Asmo winks at him.
He looks like he's pondering for a second, and then kind of points at his face.
Yeah.
Would you like to make an insight check to try to interpret the Pip?
What are you talking about? I totally understood everything he just did.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow.
With a clairvoyant sense for this boy, you realize that he's not really much for talking.
Now, if you're not much for talking, you gotta do so with your actions. And buying the ladies a bottle of booze worth 1,000 words. If all the words are me, 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 me.
He goes and grabs like a fresh bottle of the apple cider ale, and he gives you a thumbs up as he walks around the bar and walks over to their table. Tom, meanwhile, is starting to walk back towards the bar.
Oh, seems Pip is making a bit of a... He needs a bit of a break, I think. I'll go back and take over.
And he goes back behind the bar.
So what brings you to this humble town there, Chief?
Yeah, money, mostly.
Really? You, need money, huh?
Oh, need? Heavens forbid, no. But I am a businessman, after all, so we do need to run a little bit. And nothing makes people a little bit thirsty than, let's say, impending battle.
And go where battles are.
Not always, but sometimes.
How did you make your birds?
Oh, those? Those are simply... Hold on.
He reaches under the bar, pulls out a flyer, kind of whispers to it, and it folds into like one of those origami birds that were flying around. It starts fluttering around.
Like that.
Cute. Could you use it as a weapon?
His eyebrows cock.
Perhaps. Not a very effective one.
It flutters down and lands on your shoulder.
Hello, new friend.
Cocks its little, like, where its beak would be is actually like kind of a 1.5 inch long tack. It just kind of like cocks its head to the side, cocks it back. Flutters its wings a little as if it's trying to ruffle feathers that aren't there.
Asmo, why have we not come to the Wandering Weasel before?
The Wandering Weasel. You don't go to it really just comes to you.
Asmo just stares right at Tom.
What does that mean?
We
This is a
travel.
trap. Mm-hmm.
And
This-
anytime the door opens, I welcome anyone with a
Fraptious, the door immediately opens, and Daenir is on the other side.
welcome to the Wandering Weasel.
Oh,
Hey, Tom, how's it going?
Quite well, quite well. How have you been?
Better? Better now that I'm here? And Daenir wanders over towards the bar. He holds out a hand, and Eska is on his shoulder.
Oh, hello, my old friend. How are you? Yes. Oh, amazing. Do tell.
Eska looks to you, Daenir, as if asking for permission to crawl over.
Well, go on. He's your friend, isn't he? Go play.
Eska crawls down onto the bar, jumps onto Tom's shoulder, and just kind of circles around.
Yes, yes, do tell.
And he kind of like wanders off with Eska as he starts making a few drinks. Nara, at this point, that same Bavarian-dressed invisible servant walks over with a big plate of charred tri-tip beef and just kind of sets it down in front of you.
it's so beautiful. Asmo,
You.
thank you for the char meat.
I don't thank me. You can thank the who cooks actually.
The invisible servant just kind of shrugs and walks back.
But I don't see it because he's invisible.
Asmo,
Yeah.
what is the proper interaction for this kind of place? I saw you whisper to the Pip, and he took the brown sleepy liquid to the women. And should I do that for Daenir and the blonde man?
I don't know. I mean, Daenir will probably say thank you, but the blonde man probably wouldn't drink it because he'd think you'd poison it.
That is an apt assumption for him.
Mm-hmm. This is a bar. It is a tavern, a pub, whatever you wish to call it. It is a place of merriment, joy, and inebriation where people inhibit poison just enough that it overpowers their liver. It goes right to their brain and gives them the energy to do many things and the stupidity to come up with them.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Can I do that?
I mean, we got work tomorrow, so
But it will give me the strength and also the stupidity. And we do have a hard situation to deal with, so... And I already know about last time, so I don't... It won't happen probably again, right?
Tom, do you have anything that doesn't really have a nasty hangover?
I mean, I have plenty of spells to sell you after you think you're going to get one.
How much is that going to be?
If I added it to your tab, about 5 gold each.
Okay, there we go. That'll be good. Yeah, go for it. Go for broke.
Anything to drink for you lot.
The door opens once again, Wolfgang on the other side.
Hello and welcome to the Wandering Weasel.
This place hasn't changed all that much.
Never does.
Tom just smiles at you as you enter.
Walks in, pulls up a seat.
Tom, I have something that I've been wanting to do for quite a while, but I wanted to ask your permission before I do so.
Oh, interesting. Do tell.
Well, this is your bar, and it wouldn't be proper to do so without asking. May I cast a little bit of magic? Nothing harmful, just a little present for Asmo here.
Present for me, what?
Daenir looks over at Pip, and then he looks back at Asmo.
When you look over at Pip, by the way, the thing I rolled a moment ago was a charisma check for him. He's currently sitting surrounded by the women who are like, kind of like, you know, running, like one of them's running her fingers through his hair, and he's just kind of like pouring the drinks for him. He's just sitting there like a baller.
Okay, never mind. He's not gonna need it. He just keeps on walking. Sits down next to the bush.
Well, if you did feel like casting anything, you'd simply need to tell me what you were going to do beforehand, or at least let Lush know. She's a little sensitive to...
Yeah. You've had a... I mean, anytime you go to the north, you know how it is.
Yeah, I know. Comprehend languages, you know, is going to see if it could help Asmo understand what Pip is saying. Thought it might do good for him.
Well, unfortunately, what he says isn't exactly a language. He's just... recovering.
Covering?
Recovering. He's been through trauma.
What kind of trauma?
You strike me as someone who's seen a lot of death in your age.
Yes.
Well, for some like Pip, they're just not acquainted to it, and the way he was introduced to it was traumatic for him.
There's death and then there's cruelty.
I thought they were pretty intertwined, quite honestly.
Oh, heavens no.
Not
Oh.
always.
Judging by your attire, you worship the goddess of death, don't you?
Yes. My master is sort of the one.
Yes, of course, Solomon.
Yes. But, I don't know. Death and cruelty seem combined. Is it not cruel to die?
Heavens no. If anything, it can be a mercy to some. Those who live their life in pain. Those who are too old to live their lives the way they want to. Sometimes the release is what they need. The next step. The journey beyond.
I know what that's like. Every time I try and journey beyond, I come right back.
Well, I'm sure you'll explore your own death at some point in time.
Probably more than once.
Yes, but the final one will be the one that counts.
Counts for what?
Everything. It'll be the climax of your journey.
Does that mean that I have been helping those die?
In a manner of speaking.
I have. So I have been doing good this whole time.
Truly depends on the perspective, I suppose. But yes.
Today seems much brighter now.
I'm just gonna interject real quick here. Can I get some whiskey in a big mug?
Me too!
3 whiskeys coming up.
He pours, he starts going back to start making some drinks. Comes back after a moment, pops a whiskey in front of, just a nice glass of whiskey, neat in front of Wolfgang, rocks in front of Nara, with a twist of, like what seems to be like kind of the, curl of a lemon zest, and rocks for Asmo as well. And Daenir, in front of you, slides a orange drink with a blue umbrella.
Much appreciated. You
Just
always
kind of
know my
he
taste.
He just kind of winks and smiles.
Of course. The Wandering Weasel is meant to serve all.
Daenir
These
chuckles.
clear things in the liquid.
So
You seriously have to know what ice is.
You're from the north. It's what comes from the sky.
But they're small and in a cup. Why would they be there?
Cool to
Oh
drink
God.
that.
Okay, you know what? Oswald holds up his hand. Magic, Nara.
I understand the concept of ice, but in small... Why put it in the cup? Will it not turn it into more water than the drink that it is?
Starts
Would
out
you
the
rather
drink
drink
start-
something room temperature or cold, Nora?
I drink what is available when I need to drink.
If you had a preference.
Cold?
He just nods at the glass. There you go.
Oh. Huh.
That's what having a choice feels like.
That's very confusing. Why is everything so confusing here? I feel as though this liquid will help me not care.
Quite accurate.
Yes, says the woman sitting next to Daenir.
Time I will drink slowly, though.
Asmo just his long snake tongue goes. He's going into the drink.
It's like drinking smoke.
Just like doing that mlem thing that snakes do. Really quick.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Try drinking your smoke.
Depends on what kind. Tastes like wood to me.
She very carefully sips the liquid, remembering last time how poorly things went when she drank it quickly.
Like Wolfgang said, the first thing that immediately hits you is kind of this like earthy, woody taste, followed by a slightly smoky aftertaste. There's this almost aromatic feel of citrus throughout it as well. It seems to tie together well.
This is quite good when it's not all in one gulp.
She starts drinking it a little bit more greedily.
I suppose I shouldn't be too surprised that you're here with the impending conflict.
On that note, we're not surprised that you're here either.
Shame, I'm becoming predictable.
Not for me, you're not.
I will take that as a victory then.
Planning on watching then.
Oh, heavens no. I've never been one for violence myself.
What?
Just holds no real appeal. The tournament in the West was a necessity, let's say.
That is very sad.
How so?
Violence is so much fun. There's a chase, an adventure, and one person is alive and the other is dead at the end.
Yes, truly drama in its purest form. I can't disagree, but in my age, you've seen enough of it at a certain point that it's all sort of kind of becomes very droll.
How old are you?
Old enough, he smiles.
My master is quite old, but death seems to amuse him just the same.
It would. His relationship with death is, let's say, not necessarily healthy.
Why not?
He doesn't let it happen.
Oh, he absolutely does. Causes a great number of it, but...
Yes, a great number.
Indeed. It's more that he seeks to prove himself a little too much to death.
Right. Mama's boy.
Indeed.
He smiles.
Makes sense, actually.
Ultimately, at the same time, tries to stick it to life.
Stick it to life?
Stick, like when you point and push.
She
Like a knife.
points and pushes on Asmo.
What?
Dick.
He said stick. With an ST.
Like, this is a bad time to come into the conversation, I think. Or is it?
Squint.
Asma just looking like, oh shit, I should have been paying attention. Asma was so focused on his drink, he did not overhear that.
You far are getting yourself mixed up in another war, though, aren't you? Where's the other one, anyway?
T-Wig.
Asma looks down at his drink again. Dang it.
T-Wig has their own business they're taking care of. Something important. We have our business as well. We'd like to help, and we might in the future. T-Wig is a more complicated being than gave them credit for.
Extremely.
Tom kind of chides as he's cleaning a glass.
Daenir leans over towards Lush. So, just between you and me, Lush, the last time that you saw me, was it an oasis right before the war games, or did you see me come in here with a dog and a little flying squirrel thing?
She cocks an eyebrow, looks down at her drink, back over to you. Oasis.
All right. So you don't have consciousness in them. Good.
What?
Check this out. And Daenir leans a little bit closer to her. I've been getting into walking into people's dreams as of late. Being able to help people. Try to find people. As of late, I've come to the Wandering Weasel once or twice in my dreams.
Uh-huh.
And Tom seems like it's him every time I come in here.
She looks over to Tom, who's still just kind of cleaning the glass and like surveying the area. I can't say that it surprised me.
Like safer.
People don't find that creepy, you know, you walking into their head and stuff?
Well, every time that I've done it, most of the time it's been friendly. My father, a friend that we've been trying to find. I've only had one person that acted negatively, and he threw me out of it like you threw bums that try to start a fight out of the weasel.
Sounds like my kind of person.
Yep. You'll meet him one day. I'm pretty sure of it.
No, given time, I'm sure you're right. Tom always finds his way to interesting people.
How you been, Lush? How you been holding up?
Well, been fine. Traveling around, make sure nobody causes any trouble in here, breaks anything. Just living life, I guess.
That's all you can do at this point. Because next thing you know, everything that you've got is being burned to the ground. But you still gotta keep going. And Daenir takes his drink and he starts to sip on it.
She just kind of silently nods.
I appreciate you talking to me. All these months, all these last couple years. It's been nice knowing that whenever I come here, I can always just sit here and hang out with you for a little bit. It's been nice. I look forward to it.
You're a good kid, Daenir.
You're a good one as well, Lush. One of these days, I'm going to have a celebration in here. I want a Lush celebration. One of these days. Not today, but one day.
Well, let's hope you can find a day worthy of it. She holds up her big-ass jug of XXX booze.
And he'll hold up his glass, and he'll clink it with hers.
Tunk. She starts downing it.
And sitting and talking to her, there's a light smile on his face. As he's He just goes about his business talking to her.
She asks, so you guys going to the front lines, or are you here for something else?
Something else. Where, at least, I've got some specific intentions. We're going after the bastard that messed with Pip.
You do have a different air about you.
Oh?
Yeah. Like your soul glows a bit differently.
Maybe it's the fact that I've been talking to Arcanos.
You actually get Tom's attention with that. Really?
Daenir looks up and gives a little bit of a nod. Yeah, found what seems to be a fragment of him up north. And just yesterday, he gave me something, and I took it, and I had a conversation with him last night.
How is old Archie?
Seems rather well. He's not very happy with what's been going on in Silver Rock, to say the least, but he seems eager to see me.
Well, that will be quite the adventure indeed, I'm sure.
I know that you and he have got quite a relationship with each other. Any messages when I see him you want me to relay?
Thank him again for this wonderful bar.
Daenir nods a couple times.
And tell him he's always welcome to stop by for a drink.
Hopefully he'll take us up on our offer. And once that day comes, I'll bring him here personally if I'm able to. Long shot, I know.
But I look forward to it.
Daenir gives a little bit of a nod.
Tom continues serving people. The crowd continues. Like the crowd winds down as time passes, and you guys spend time conversing. The ladies eventually leave. Pip, the crowd all seems to kind of like die down until it's just you guys and a few overly inebriated soldiers just kind of like leaning over their stools and stuff. Pip is just sitting there with a kind of cleaning up bussing tables and stuff with this dopey smile on his face, as smiled as his little contorted, always worried face can get. He's got a little bit of lipstick on the side of his face, just under his ear.
Well, hot damn, look at him. Maybe he'll get some confidence in him yet.
Maybe. It's been too long since being here.
I missed it.
Yeah, well, usually is the calm before the storm, and boy, is it looking blustery outside.
How long are you staying this time, out of curiosity?
It's actually a good question. I have no idea.
All depends on where you're going, I suppose.
Yeah.
Not long, hopefully.
Not long.
That's what agrees inebriatedly.
Now, you guys would have probably had a few drinks by this point. Wolfgang, Asmo,
Oh, no.
Nara, Daenir, go ahead and give me Constitution saves.
Oh no.
Here we go. Now,
Cowabunga.
I would like to state to the universe it is Gary Gygax's birthday today, so please, good rolls.
Natural 20.
Natural 20!
Nope. Oh, I ruined it, but it's not bad.
The Gax
fuck.
approves.
That's 2 nat 20s and it's not combat. I'm so fucking nervous.
Yep.
16.
Nara, you're a little bit tipsy. Everybody else is feeling pretty all right. Like they're pleasantly buzzed. Damn, nat 20s all around.
Good looking out, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you, Gary.
Happy birthday, Miss Gary.
Well, if you're...
Oh.
So you're all headed out shortly, then.
That's the idea.
Oof.
We're gonna go kill some people.
We're on green bloody.
It's not one thing, it's always another, isn't it? Who's the target this time?
Whoever.
Looks over his shoulder a couple of times. Barristan Kench.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna fuck him up.
I thought we were gonna kill him.
Yes, that's what it means.
Oh, we're gonna kill.
Kill.
Pip, you see Pip's eyes just kind of like wide as he walks around the corner from the kitchen.
Not you. We're gonna kill the other one.
Easter's had it coming for a while.
Oh, yeah. Barristan Kench. Hey, Pip!
Yeah, Pip is still staring at you.
Is there anything you want me to say to him? The man who left you for dead, the man who's killed your kind, the man who...
I look at Asmo like, be careful.
The man who needs to leave this world. And will
Pip.
do so very soon.
Pip timidly nods and kind of like holds up a finger. And he runs around the other corner of the bar and up the stairs.
I'm excited to see what this is. Asmo just looks at them like, I'm tickled pink by this.
Asmo killed his mom right in front of him.
Yeah.
Daenir nods.
Oh, Kench did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Real piece of
So he doesn't like Kench.
Oh no.
Pip had a surge. Kench thought it was his mother. His mother tried to save him, so his mother took the punishment instead of Pip. Pip watched as Kench Daenir trails off.
Killed her.
For a crime she didn't commit. Something that shouldn't be a crime in the first place.
And then he adopted the boy as a squire. Made him carry his stuff till the day he died.
Kench did that to the Pip?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Till we saved him.
Whoa. So he doesn't like him for... That's bad.
Got caught in a basilisk stare. Just left
Hmm.
Bastard.
You hear tromping of relatively heavy footfalls coming down the stairs as Pip appears around the corner with that big fat marshmallow stack backpack and kind of like a bandana tied around his face and a furrowed brow.
Oh shit.
Asmo just shoots his drink.
Do you... Wait, are you gonna kill him?
Asmo just shoots his drink real quick. Pip, do you feel like getting dirty?
His like you can see like his eyebrows kind of like smoke a little bit.
Oh.
Oh, I think that's a yes.
I like the Pip.
Pip, I don't know. Can you get off work? Asmo just looks at Tom.
Tom's just like standing there smiling.
Oh, it's always his choice.
Lush steps forward. Pip, did you make sure that you grabbed everything that you're going to need? Do you have extra sets of clothing in case? Go check.
Extra pairs of socks are always good.
And he tromps back upstairs. Once he's out of earshot, Lush looks at you. There's no way he's ready for that.
Could I do a quick detect magic on him just to try and gauge if he's any stronger than the last time we saw him?
On Pip?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. As he's like, as he was
His
standing there,
chakra.
go ahead and give me an arcane check.
Here we go. 19, Gary.
He's certainly stronger, but he's nowhere near your level. Like, he's nowhere
tougher.
near as strong as you.
He's tougher, but
He's not ready for that.
I don't know if he can hang with us.
Well, then he's not ready, huh? A lot of people do things they need to do when they're not ready.
I want you to know, Lush steps up to you, Asmo. He's going to want to go, and if you're not out of this bar by the time he comes back, he's almost certainly going to follow along no matter what that means. And if he gets hurt or dies, I will make sure if you step foot back in here, you won't be stepping foot anywhere else. You can smell the liquor on her breath as she's standing in front of you.
Asmo gets out of his seat and stares her right in the eyes.
Deal.
Asmo holds out his hand.
She kind of snickers. She kind of like leers at you. I need a drink. And she walks to the back room.
Well, good thing you work here.
During all of that, the moment Lush stepped up to Asmo, Anara's like whole body like relaxed and like her eyes like narrowed and stared at Lush. And she started to like hover her hand near her weapon a little bit. And then chilled out after it ended, but has significantly sobered.
You don't want to do that. Lush will kick your ass. Kick
She
my
would
ass.
try.
She broke Horatia's arm.
Kick my ass.
She kicked the hell out of Horatia.
I don't know if he should come or not.
And Horatia kicked my ass.
I don't know if he should come or not.
Daenir's already walking towards the door.
Get my ass kicked a lot.
Sorry, you just said something funny.
Fuck.
So
Are
we have to
staying,
go,
or are
right?
we going?
You start to hear footfalls from upstairs.
Daenerys
Nara-
Fuck. Asmo just runs. Asmo runs.
Yeah, we're leaving.
Come on, Nara.
Mm.
And you close the door behind you as you hear the footsteps starting to make it to the stairway. You guys are outside in the relatively, like, just kind of like outside the entrance of a forest field.
So you guys want to meet up for tomorrow?
Connolly, is your house still in town or did it burn down?
It's fine. It's just stand a bit dusty. We'll
I'm
meet up there. Where I'll be staying.
Why did we leave that one?
Because he could die. He could die.
He likely would have. He's stronger, but he's not as strong as us. This is too much for him.
He's a good boy. He doesn't
he-
put on his hands.
But he could have died doing what he wanted. You always say that choice is so important now, but you take one away from someone who seemed to want something.
I didn't take the choice away from him. I took away how convenient that choice would be to make. At least that's what I think.
He's welcome to try and follow us. If he can.
That makes sense.
We can't make such a difficult decision so easy to make.
As was clearly shooken up.
Oh, wow, crap, we gotta find a place to stay. Ah!
Why does that matter? Anywhere can be a place to stay.
That's true. Wolfgang!
I'm going to the library.
You got 2 couches, Wolfgang?
I don't have 2 couches.
He doesn't
Do you
any
have
furniture,
one
technically.
couch?
All of his furniture was essentially moved down to Dragon's Rest when he left this homestead.
Yeah.
Well, we're bedrolling, it looks like. The inn has spare rooms.
Looks like it.
Let's go check the other inn in town. Maybe they got a spare room for us. 1 or 2.
All right.
See you tomorrow, Wolfgang.
Right.
You guys
Just
make
roll out
your
my
way...
bedroll.
Oh, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm guessing you go back to your house, just roll out the bedroll there.
Yeah.
As you guys are wandering away from the weasel, in the distance behind you, you just hear...
Damn it, Nick! Stop it! How dare you, Nick?
Asmo, you and Nara, you remember where you stayed the first time you popped in. That like you kind of stuck around for a while. The inn has a lofted area above its larder that they rent out to travelers. And you're able to find a place there, yeah.
Nice Airbnb place.
Yeah, not exactly like cozy or anything like that. There's like just like piles of hay with a couple of animal skins on top of it. You guys get some rest for the night. Does anybody want to do anything before they sleep?
Nara's gonna stay up and read for a little bit.
All right, you read some of Daenir's journal.
Asmo's gonna feel guilty and go to sleep.
Asmo's gonna have guilt-ridden sleep. Yeah. Daenir, anything before you slumber? Shadow?
For some reason, my microphone automatically muted itself.
Cool. Well, there you are.
Daenir would like to cast Nightmare.
All right. Now, is this something that the person gets a save against?
It does.
All right.
So what happens is I get to send a visage into the dream, and it delivers a 10-word message. Then they get a save, and then if they fail, it shifts into a nightmare.
All right. What is the 10-word message?
Kinch, your blatant disregard for life and bloodlust will mean your end.
All right, let's see if you can permeate his head. Is this a wisdom save?
It is a wisdom save, DC 17, and since he's unconscious, he does not get his aura if he has it.
He does not have it anyway. DC 17. That is a 14. So let's play this out as you begin to cast your spell, chanting the mantra over and over to permeate his thoughts and burn into his brain.
So
you find yourself traveling through the dream space. Does anything about your appearance change before you enter into his mind?
Yes. So I am in the cloak of Somnium Vagus, but on my face is a very long black plague doctor's mask, which is covered in stars. The corners of the plague doctor's mask seem cracked, and it seems to be almost blood starting to ooze from the corners of the mask.
As you begin to enter his dream, you start seeing visions of his dream as it was before you entered it. He's standing on a field doused with blood, crushing soldier after soldier with his hammer.
You see, my lord? I am the strongest there is!
And then his hammer swings down as he sees you, and as it tries to crack you in the skull, it shatters on impact of your mask, and his eyes...
Kench, your reckless bloodlust and desire for destruction will prove your end. And as I say that, the entire world begins to shift and it begins to sway. The sky turns red, the clouds turn black, and strangely enough, Kench finds himself running through the forest. And no matter how far he runs, he ends up at the same spot. He finds himself in the center of Silver Rock. His hands bound. Can't move. But one by one, people from his past begin walking up, and each of them with a torch.
You wish to face my might again? I'll show you!
He starts to, like, strain his big muscles, trying to wrench his hands free, but it's all for naught.
Know the pain that you have dealt others, Barristan Kench. Know the pain that you have caused and the blood that you have spilled. And they reach down one by one, each a sorcerer that he's killed in the past. Each walks up and adds and tosses the torch onto the pyre. Kench turned.
You will all know pain 1,000 times worse! My lord will smite you!
It cuts in the back, the same figure, the same cloak of stars, the mask cracked open, a long toothy maw, blood oozing out of the corners as it just laughs. So he takes, so this goes on for his entire night, and he takes 3d6 psychic damage from this, and he does not get the effects of rest, so he gets a level of exhaustion.
All right, so that will continue to...
Hell yeah.
Mark that for him, even though he'll almost certainly heal by the next day, but 17 points of psychic damage.
Absolutely, and he does not get the effects of any long rests or during this period. He can rest later on.
Okay, yeah. As the smoke continues to billow into the sky, you sit before him laughing as he screams in agony, almost living out the Mara Uchiha Tsukuyomi-like nightmare that drags on forever and ever. As you see his face contort, his eyes widen. They turn yellow. And they look directly at you as the ground beneath him begins to swell with blood. The sky grows darker and darker.
Daenir.
I see. So you've touched him as well.
No. He simply asks for one to lend him aid. He is not my charge. But you have meddled in my plans for far too long.
The eyes stare at you as you can hear the crackling beneath the land. Roots begin to twist above the surface. White roots as the blood begins to swirl around Kench as the bark begins rising up above the flames over the torch and around him.
This prison will not hold me forever. Your actions stop nothing.
My actions will stop you. I don't care if I have to take out your minions one by one. I grow stronger each day. I gain new allies each day. And each one of them wants nothing more than to seal you away. Never to hurt another person. Never to break up another family. You will not harm another. As long as I have breath in my body, and as long as my soul is still existing, you will not hurt this world.
A very interesting choice of words, Daenir.
I want you to make me a wisdom save.
Okie doke. Nat 20, yeah!
Oh my god.
As its eyes glisten, you see the ground beneath you start to quiver, and you're mentally dart out of the way as tree branches reach up to try to grab you and strangle you.
Nice moves.
In this place, I am Somnium Vagus, the Lord of Dreams.
And I am the God of Destruction. I am Corruption. I will be the end of all that you love. By the will of the Creator, so shall it be destroyed. And there is nothing you can do to stop it. Whether it's now, 1,000 years from now, 2,000 years from now, you cannot stop what I am. I am eternal.
Well then, I just suppose I'm gonna have to become eternal as well to make sure that your plans never come to fruition, even if I have to seal you away myself.
I will see to it that you watch everyone you know and love crumble and corrupt before you kneel at my feet. You will know despair.
As the black smoke wafts over and the vision ends, you continue to hear Kench screaming as his nightmare continues. And here is where we will take a quick break. Hey guys, Lani here. If you're liking what you're watching, feel free to hit that subscribe button and that like button. It really helps me feel the love for this series. And if you want to catch us live, feel free to hit us up on twitch.tv/Lanipator Mondays at 5 o'clock Central Time. Thanks for rolling with me. Now let's get back to the action. So you guys meet up outside of the Connolly estate. It's pretty much to the northern edge of Amberglade. So, yeah, that's where you find each other in the morning. Daenir walks in a little, kind of like tense, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit.
Ugh. Oh, and Asma wakes up.
Yeah, I'm skipping the whole wake up process to save you guys a little bit of.
Everybody gets their temporary hit points back.
Yeah.
So, how'd you three sleep?
Well enough.
Guiltily.
Cool.
Fine. I read some of your books, but I want to read more before I have questions.
All right. I tortured Kenshin, had a stare down with a god.
What?
Cool dream.
Yes, it was an actual... Yes, it was a dream. It was a real dream. I actually did it.
Welcome to Daenir's house of real fake dreams.
All the real fake dreams over here. You want a real fake dream? Right there.
You can actually probably make a pretty good business out of selling people dreams.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
You dreamed a Kench and a god?
I went into Kenshin's dreams.
Mm.
And I found him standing in the middle of a bloody battlefield, killing a lot of people.
That sounds nice.
Asking for help from his god. And then I stepped in, and his dreams went a little bit not the way that he wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
And then a giant tree showed up and told me that it was the god of destruction.
Which destruction? One is that?
Apparently the bleeding god is the god of destruction, and it spoke of a creator.
Creator.
Oh, this is too early in the morning for this.
That's what's just like...
Nara's gonna walk up and both sides of his face.
It's morning now.
Yeah, I'll go back to bed.
No.
God, distraction. Christ.
This is when the killing starts. We have to be very awake.
Yes, ma'am.
God. Would I have ever heard anything about gods of destruction or creation?
Go ahead and give me a religion check.
Or me.
Here I go.
Being around Solomon. Oh my god.
20.
Oh my god.
I don't like
Gygax
this.
is real.
Gary.
God of
Gary.
Destruction seems to
Sounds
line
like
up,
boy.
like, to be more specific, the god of corruption and destruction is what Daenir would have informed you.
Yep.
But this, like, seems an appropriate name. I mean, even though it's not really a name, more of a title for this thing. As for the creator, the only one that you can possibly think of is the god of life, the only one that has made literally every other god.
There has to be mine, a creator, and this corruptor. The bleeding god is the god of corruption.
So,
That tracks.
what the fuck, Wolfgang?
Yes, Blonde Man. Why is your god doing this, making gods that are this one?
Let's calm down here. This is the first I'm hearing about this as well. My powers seem to be anathema to a lot of our enemies so far. You would agree?
Yeah, I mean, thank God for that.
Seems to be that way.
I can't see cooperation between two beings that are directly opposed to each other.
I don't know. It could.
Or it could be something else that we don't know entirely.
I haven't spoken to him in a while.
To your god.
Yes.
Would that not be the most direct source for information?
It's not as easy as it is for other gods. People like Solomon and Tom and Lush and Dogan, they're gods on Earth. The only time I've ever seen him is in my dreams, when I've tried to reach out to him mentally. He's very rarely tried to do the same, if ever.
Could not Daenir help you, blonde man?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just starting to figure this stuff out, but I'm getting good at it. The other day I tapped into the 7th circle of magic, I believe. I might have been able to tap into the 8th.
You magic guys, I swear. Aswa just shaking his head. If Aswa could have a coffee, like from Starbucks, he would, clearly, and sunglasses. If he could.
I think we're still on the right path here. If we were acting in opposition to the God of Life's wishes, I think I would have lost my powers by now.
That's fair enough.
What if he's not just paying attention? Gods are filled with power, aren't they?
I look down at the silver cage on my waist. He's paying attention, all right. Sometimes I'll go to sleep and he'll have whispered new magical knowledge into my head. Stuff that's beyond anything I thought possible.
Daenir slowly tilts his head as he looks at Wolfgang.
He allows me my magic.
Ah. That's kind of interesting.
It's not like a sorcerer or like a wizard. You don't learn it, and you're not born with it. It's a deal. From a long time ago. My ancient ancestors.
Well, I was going to compare you to like a priest, but I suppose that works too.
It's not like that. It might seem like it, but it isn't. I don't worship him. I work for him.
He is like master to you.
In a way, I suppose. Although our relationship is a bit less direct nowadays.
Yeah, less hands-on, I would argue.
And he hasn't killed you once?
He's tried to, I swear.
That sounds more accurate. Your relationship with your god sounds distant and complicated.
In the distance, you start to hear a...
You hit the nail on the head. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, you guys are still in town, and he's gonna be looking for you.
Oh no!
Do you hear that?
Yes.
What's our move?
Well, I can
we follow through with the plan we talked about before getting here.
head out of town, go a little bit north, get to a point. I can summon the horses, and then we head to the northeast. Hunker down in the tower in the night, and once we get close enough, maybe reach out to Flix for help getting in.
I have to leave that to you because you got the magic to do so. I feel so bad leaving him behind. He wants to go so badly, and I know that. I feel so conflicted.
As you still aren't moving, you might not be leaving him behind, because I'm about to roll for him to look for you.
Ah, fuck! We gotta move!
I did say that I hid.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check then, Daenir.
Okie doke.
Boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
If you not won this, okay.
16. And I have the Cloak of Incognito.
Right. You're
Incognito?
pretty well hitting. What's everybody else's just passive stealth? Because I need to know
Passive
that.
stealth.
Yeah, that would be your dexterity, and if you have proficiency in it.
13.
2 by mine.
My dexterity is 18.
And 16?
And it's like 8.
It'd be 10 plus your stealth mod. I'm sorry.
Oh, then 12.
Oh, 10 plus your stealth mod?
Mm-hmm.
18?
And Wolfgang?
13.
All right. He's wandering around just looking for you. He hasn't seemed to have spotted you though.
We gotta go. I feel horrible, but we gotta go.
Then
As we're,
let's
like,
go.
crawling on the ground, along the ground like a caterpillar. It's like a spot in the air.
Nara's just very good at standing in shadows, so I'm assuming they're near or under a tree at somewhere, so
It's broad daylight, so that's gonna be pretty hard. But
we're not
yeah,
near any shade at all.
I mean, there's like the slight shade of a tree, but it's not like shadows, you know. But you guys can go ahead and give me stealth checks if you want to try to sneak out of town.
Okay.
You want another one for me, or is
You,
what
you
I
can
have
you can stick with that one if you want.
Okay.
That's a 13.
23.
17.
Asmo, you look like a completely different person.
Wow.
Like you basically deck yourself up in like a ghillie suit and just start crawling on the ground.
Comedically, I've just shoved a tree up in my pants, and I'm just slinking along like a bush.
Oh.
Yeah, you're just happy to see me. You're in one of the Fortnite bushes.
Yeah, excellent. That's what I was going for.
All right. As you guys sneak out of town, I'm gonna give him one more roll to try to see you. Oh, poor boy.
Oh God! Just stop doing this to me, Nick. No, Nick, no, stop it!
And you guys managed to sneak out of town without him seeing you.
I feel horrible. I want to save state and choose both routes.
All right, you guys.
Don't feel too bad. He might be meeting Kensh in a way he didn't quite expect.
Once we get outside of town, I will ritual cast and cast my horses. So we have 4 horses.
All right, and the movement speed on those horses?
100 feet per round. They can go, I believe they can go like 10 miles in an hour.
That seems slow.
100 feet is their 100 feet is their base movement speed.
Yeah,
If they
that's their
dash.
base movement.
Yeah,
If
but
they
10
dash, we'd be going 200.
miles an hour seems very slow for a horse. So, or is it? I don't really know. I feel like horses can go upwards of like 20.
D&D terms, you can typically go like, I think 40 miles a day, or something like that.
Either way, you're
hoofing it.
boosting along.
Yeah, they're
Yes,
magic horses.
You're,
They should be able to go fast.
you're spectrally hoofing it.
Mm-hmm.
After
Speedy.
making your way out of town, it takes you little under an hour to make it to the northern end of the valley that you're in. You can kind of start to see the forest that eventually leads to Fallwood Barrow as you exit the valley there. A path that you remember taking so long ago when you guys first met and were conscripted by the military. But in this instance, it sounds like you're going to be turning to the east instead.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys continue trotting along as the day clicks on.
It's gonna,
Nara's squinting.
It's gonna say
and says
nay.
out loud,
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
What do you think? You just asked a second ago.
I want you
I
to
may
make...
pass faster with you all.
I want you each to make a perception check as you make it here.
Here we go.
19.
7.
23.
16.
Nara, Asmo, as you guys are arguing about how long the ride is taking, Nara, your ears perk. It's still too bright for you to see clearly, but Asmo, by like maybe half a mile ahead of you, you see the marching forces of Kench's military.
Asmo, hold on. Everyone, shh! Asmo holds up his hand.
Shump, 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 shump. You can hear that heavy metal boot falls as they're marching in unison.
Are they marching towards us, or are they on an angle?
They're marching toward you guys. Like, basically, the army is cutting through this way in an attempt to cut up to Fallwood Barrow. It looks like they're breaking right now to try to make camp as they are slowing down and begin to kind of like disperse amongst themselves. They're
Holy
about
crap.
right here.
Can we take a look at about how big they are, about how large the army is?
It is considerably sizable from this point of view. If you wanted to get a better view, you'd probably want to climb the hills beside you to get and you'd probably need some sort of spyglass or some magical means of magnifying your vision to get a really good view of it, but
I don't have that.
I don't either.
So we know that they're heading east. Do we know about how long it would take them to get to Fallwood Barrow?
At the pace that it would take a marching army, it would probably be another day or so. Like, maybe 2 days to get to Fallwood Barrow if they are breaking for camp now.
Mm-hmm. Just looking over it, any kind of major like wagons, carts, siege equipment, anything like that? Or can I just not tell at this point?
With your perception check, you cannot tell.
Okay, cool deal.
You just kind of see all of their, like, it's pretty easy to see their armor glistening in the slowly lowering sunlight. It's actually kind of blinding to look at, which is why it's so hard to see exactly what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've all stopped, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, that's a good assumption after you said stop everybody.
And Asma, like, how far ahead of us? Like, how many miles or?
Approximately half a mile, or about or about 1.5 kilometers.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay.
You're a lot closer than I thought.
We need to head back a little bit and cut around. Try and find a way through, or at least around them. Come on.
We could go invisible, skirt around them.
Can we all 4 of us get invisible, plus the horses?
Horses probably not. We might have to ditch the horses or just go back and go further south.
Well, we need to make a decision right now because it looks like they're breaking for camp. So they're going to be, setting up guards and fun stuff like that.
Yeah, let's go back, skirt around. Very least I can warn Raish.
Asma looks over at Nara and Wolfgang, see what they think.
It sounds like a plan. I don't feel like dealing with this.
I'm not used to dealing with so many victims, bodies at once.
Who knows what kind of anti-magic they have as well.
Oh my.
That would be problematic.
All right. Come on,
Specifically against sorcerers.
Hi-ho, horse, away.
All right, so your plan is to head back to Amber Glade?
Oh, well, no. We're gonna head back a little bit, kind of cut around. Like.
Oh, so go through the mountaintop, or go through the hilllands.
I guess. I mean,
skirting the edge of the forest, I would imagine, just far enough in to stay on that and out of sight.
So
yes?
we'll be sort of cutting through the mountains. Then is what we're doing.
Yeah, these not particularly mountains, just very rough hilllands.
Probably seems like our best bet.
At least for the
But
moment.
there's only 4 of us, so. I think
Unless we want to drop the horses and go invisible and just skirt by. That would probably be the fastest bet.
But then we don't have horses
How
to
long does
finish the trek to Silver
How
Rock,
long
correct?
does invisibility last?
Hour.
Okay, so we have an
What's the
hour
size of the
to-
army, too?
From where you are, it's quite sizable. I mean, the best estimate you can get from where you are and your vantage point is at least a couple thousand.
Wow.
Couple
okay.
thousand soldiers.
Oh, no big deal.
I feel like an hour may not be enough time to get past thousands of soldiers and be completely out of sight.
Damn, Nick's throwing us a curveball here.
Cut across
Yeah,
the
he
hill.
is.
We'll head south, cut across the hill land, and give him a curve.
Yeah, cutting across the hill sounds like it would be the fastest and least risky. It might slow us down a little bit, but we'd have our horses still. We could hide behind the hills with our
Is
horses.
there any known information about these hills that the guys would know? That, like, there's potential dangers there or anything?
Would we know that? I used to live
well-
in Amberglade, so.
Yeah, Daenir and Wolfgang, you lived here longest, so go ahead and give me a knowledge nature or a knowledge history.
Good for history.
14.
Wait. That doesn't matter. They're both ones.
Yeah.
You know, based on at least like various folklore that you've heard, like sometimes like a troll will wander from a cave up here in these hills.
Oh.
There are definitely hill stalking beasts that some like to go out and hunt, some wildlife. Not particularly dangerous to you. The worst thing you think you might run into might be a hill troll.
Concern
There might be.
intensifies.
There might be
Not
trolls up here.
Oh no, not trolls. However, will we defeat them?
Asmo just spins his blade in his hand.
You guys got a bag of javelins by chance?
What?
No, was I supposed to bring one?
Never mind.
Anything can be a javelin if you try hard enough.
Can't your
That
your
is
sword turn into
true.
a javelin?
It's true, it can. See, don't have to try that hard.
Well, I'd rather deal with one troll than 1,000 or so soldiers with maybe anti-magic.
Yep. I'd say cut across the hills. If we have to deal with like a troll or something, we can deal with the troll.
I'll keep our eyes out for any holes in the in their build up.
Doing another cursory glance at the army, is there anything at all bleeding gaudy about them?
Again, you're about 1.5 kilometers away, but I'll allow the perception check
Okay.
first.
I do have clairvoyance.
What's the range on it?
It is a mile.
Then yes, you'd be able to get it anywhere smack dab in the middle of that army if you wanted to.
Well, let's do that then.
8.
Now, Wolfgang, that's an army over there glistening in the sunlight. There's no possible way that you can discern any sort of arcaneness about them from this distance.
Nara's gonna pull her sunglasses out of her pocket and flick them open, put them on, and then cast clairvoyance.
All right, your eyes flicker into pools of darkness as you begin to focus on an area somewhere in the center of the army. You get a vision. You kind of like have it just around where some people are set, like trying to hammer down tents, set up like bedrolls in places where they'll be sleeping for the evening. A lot of them seem fairly young. Most of them, a vast majority of them, are human. Some half-elves in their rank.
Would I be able to...
one or two dwarves as well, here and there.
Would I be able to, like, would detect magic do anything? Oh, wait, I can't do two at once. Never mind.
Yeah, they're both concentration, unfortunately.
They're all kind of young. It's sort of a mishmash. Dwarves, human, elf.
Is there any other telltale signs about like what type of fighters these might be? Because that would be something I feel like Nara would know of, like how like adept they are.
Give me a knowledge religion as you look at these men.
Oofta.
Oof. Many of their you rolled a 6.
Yep.
Many of their armor seems to like have a few sigils on them. Looks mostly hammer iconography, but it's not necessarily not necessarily any sort of divinity that you're particularly familiar with. But as like what they're carrying looks like a majority, it looks like a majority of where you're set up. A lot of foot soldiers here, people carrying spears, swords, shields. A few people who seem adept at archery. They're wearing slightly lighter armor. Some of the bigger guys who appear to be more in charge are wielding much heavier weaponry like hammers. They walk around. They also seem a bit older. They're large of frame, carry themselves with a large sense of authority about them.
Okay. Is there any other, like, how do I phrase this? Like, what's the general feeling of the people that are there? Do they seem like confident? Do they seem nervous? Do they seem like they get along with the superior officers, with each other?
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Oh my.
That's an 8.
And I needed the rolls to matter.
You're still trying to come to terms with what exactly human relations are, like how these people interact with each other normally. So it's kind of hard for you to tell exactly what their relationship is to each other, how friendly some of them are. Like some of them seem friendly in the way that like Asmo's friendly with some of the people that you travel with. But the overall air that you're getting from them is one that's kind of hard for you to read.
Oh, what about specifically the relationship of like how people react when the people in charge are around?
Again, it's kind of hard for you to tell. There's a bit of familiarity in that they seem to be a little bit more timid around some of them, but
it's not overwhelming.
It's not incredibly overwhelming, and it's kind of ambiguous whether or not like there's anything particularly off about the relationship or not. You're also very unfamiliar with like large military bodies.
Right. Is there anything else that I could be picking up on within this group? since I do have that on for a whole 10 minutes. Or, oh, that's the casting time. But 10 minutes. Duration 10 minutes, I was right.
Yeah. From what you can see, it looks like they're very well equipped, and all their gear is very well taken care of. They seem like they are well and truly ready for whatever they are heading towards.
No potions or magical items or anything else?
That would be a arcane check.
Ooh.
I will try.
Come on.
12!
With a 12, there are definitely runes on some of the some of the soldiers that seem to be higher in rank or more important in file seem to have like some particular arcane runes on pieces of their armor and weaponry.
And do any of them look familiar to me at all?
Absolutely not.
Great.
But you do know that some of them are wielding magical weaponry.
Okay. Oh, man.
Couple of them are chatting as one of them brings over what appears to be like a heavy cast iron pot and hangs it over a fire pit that they've built up. And a lot of them start chopping up various root vegetables and opening up cloth packets of dry meat and dropping all that into the pot. Somebody with a bucket having drawn water comes in and starts pouring that in. Looks like they're preparing to feed for the night.
Well, it just looks like an army to me. They have some kind of hammer sigil on things, and the bigger ones, probably in charge, have runes. Likely magic of some kind, I think.
Describe them.
What do they look like, Nick?
I'll give you a perception check in order to accurately describe them to Daenir, and then Daenir, if this is good enough, I will give you an Arcana check to try to decipher them.
Okay.
It's going to be a multi-layered.
12.
All right, Daenir, that is going to be a arcane check with disadvantage as Nara is doing her best to describe the various swirls, and it's very hard for you to tell anything about this particular gear, unfortunately.
All right. I will cast Sending. First, Sending to Harash. Army's coming in. Big army. Officers enchanted with runes. Looks like they're 2, maybe 1 day out. And at the very end, they're making camp now.
Harish replies back with an affirmative, we're on the march.
And second sending message. Daniel Peaches.
Oh.
War is coming to Fallwood Barrow. A large army comes. The Hexwood must defend itself.
A reply back. Did you just talk into my head? Whoa. All right.
Good deal. I have warned my friends. I have warned the army, and we are good to go. Daenir looks over the group. Harash has been warned, and so has Daniel Peaches. No doubt he'll warn the rest of them.
Daniel Peaches.
Yeah.
You're gonna be finding him very interesting, but yep, we're good to head south now unless anybody else has any problems.
All right. So we're heading through the mountains.
We're just gonna leave all these bodies here?
Well, if we try to make bodies out of them, they're going to make bodies out of us. They outnumber us in math that I can't do on the fly, so...
Yeah, you attack one, then his friend will try and stop us, and then his friend, and his friends, and all their friends, and then next thing you know, the whole army's mobilized and going after the assault that's attacking them.
What
at
if
least
they're not
it's
friends?
it's at least 500 to 1 as far as you're aware.
Okay.
Not all of us have get out of death free cards.
Don't be jealous, blonde man.
I'm not jealous.
Fine, we go.
Reluctantly, you start trotting up through the hill lands. Dusk is starting to fall upon the land as you make it up to the kind of like peak of the hills. There's a lot of shadows in the lowlands around you. You can see like a really good view of the camp from here. Also, Nara, one thing you would have noticed from your clairvoyance before it fades, the banner, the flag that they fly, is that of a white hammer, well, a silver gray hammer cracking down upon a white skull on a red on a field of red. That is the banner of House Kench.
I know we have to kill them, but their banner is quite neat.
If you have a good banner, people will flock to it.
Wolfgang strokes his beard for a moment.
Daenir's gonna go looking for a nice hidden place that he can, a little place out of the way that he can bring up his tower to make it as small as humanly possible.
Go ahead and give me a survival check as you survey the hillland around you.
Okie doke. 19.
Nice.
There seems to be a nice sort of hill valley at the bottom of this hill, just off to the east slightly. As you travel around to kind of survey the land, are the rest of you going with Daenir as well as he's searching?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, then perception checks as you guys travel down this way.
Here we go.
22.
Wow.
7.
19.
13.
Asmo and Nara, as Daenir kind of like rushes ahead, you stop him as you hear the heavy footfalls of what sounds to be a very large creature around the way.
Shh. There's something there.
Dinner?
Asmo jumps behind a tree. Grabs Nara as well.
Daenir hides.
Go ahead and give me stealth checks.
Getting down.
13.
12.
19.
Caitlin, say it.
I got a nat 1.
Ah, boo!
Everybody except Nara is hidden as this creature wanders around the corner, about 9.5 feet tall, got this drooling, dopey expression on its face. Like it's kind of smelling its index finger as its like clawed hands are just kind of like grazing the ground around it. It looks over and sees you standing there, Nara. A big glob of drool just kind of drips from its chin.
Sorry, Nick, you cut out on my end. What did it look like again?
Looked like a troll.
Sorry, no. Oh no!
It begins to wander towards you, Nara.
About how far away is it from us at this juncture?
60 feet?
Shit.
Is there a distance you would let it close to until you would do something?
Nara's gonna wave at it.
Don't wave at it.
I'll just hold my action. If it gets within 30 feet, I'll true strike it.
All right. It seems pleasantly surprised by you, Nara. Its dopey expression belays an air of menace as it just kind of like wickedly grins. Daenir, you speak giant, right?
I sure do.
Tasty flesh.
I am sorry, but I do not understand you.
As it begins stomping towards you, its crooked teeth in this kind of hideous smile.
Holding his action, Daenir steps out of his location, his finger pointing towards him as he speaks giant. If you value your safety, this is not flesh for you. There are menfolk further up. Much meat, much metal, much shinies. Far better for one such as greatness like you.
Go ahead and... There's a lot of big words for this stupid giant. Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Oh, big money.
18.
Oh!
Yes.
Much meat, much shinies. Go north, many menfolk.
Big meat, big shine.
Lots of shinies, yes. Magic shiny.
But meat here.
This bad meat.
Bad.
Good meat that way.
Why bad?
Elf. Stringy. No plump. Good plump. Lots fat. Elf bad.
I'm fucking losing my shit over here right now.
Go ahead and roll another persuasion check with advantage. You're speaking its language now.
Like a big.
Nat 20.
Yes.
Gary!
Big plump.
Big
Tasty
plump.
meat.
Lots of greens to go with plump meat. Bring friends.
Gather, tribe, eat meat.
Lots of meat.
Go chunk be hero.
Yes. Go
Go
chunk.
chunk!
Go chunk war hero. Go
Go
chunk.
chunk.
War.
Go chunk hero of meat.
Go chunk get lots of meat.
Go chunk get meat. Go chunk go time.
Go chunk go meat.
He starts screaming as he runs off northward.
Nara heard "Go Chunk" being repeated a bunch of times and like cheering, so she's like yelling "Go Chunk!" like a bunch too.
It just runs off with its hands in the air.
That's absolute madness. Daenir, what did you just tell him?
Well, I told him that he doesn't want to eat Nara. There's a lot better meat to go find the army up north. There's a lot of shinies there, a lot of plump meat, and that he will be a hero if he brings it to his tribe.
Nara's entire demeanor sinks. Why does that one get to go have all of the meat and all of the shinies and I have to stay here?
Because that troll is gonna die. That troll is about to die.
Yeah,
Yep.
probably.
Oh,
You're devious. Yeah, it was devious, Daenir.
good job,
I-
Daenir.
I really don't think they're going to see that one coming.
He wanted to eat Nara. Also, Nara,
Oh, he wanted to eat me?
he wanted to eat you. He called you tasty.
How
But-
rude. I wanted to eat him first.
But look at it like this. Those are just normal shinies. That's just normal meat. We're going for the big shinies and the big meat.
I'm not a troll. You don't have to talk down to me.
Sorry, a little bit in the moment.
So you set up your tower here in this nice spot.
Yep.
The tower,
warding everything.
the tower peaks up, like the top of the tower peaks up just above the hillside that you're by, so you can still kind of see the army and its campfires
Mm-hmm.
as you finish setting up. What's the layout of the tower today?
How tall is the hill?
Like I said, the roof of your tower kind of peaks out just above it.
Okay. I assume that we're only going with a couple. So bottom floor is going to be, you know what? I'll be nice to everybody. Bottom floor is going to be the lounge. Middle floor is going to be the bathroom area. Top floor of the roof is going to be the observatory.
Ah, and that comes equipped with a spyglass. Perfect.
Indeed, it does.
All right, so you guys settle in for the night, getting ready for. Unfortunately, you had to cut your ride short due to the detour this evening, but you managed to presumably set up trouble for their army in doing so.
Nara's gonna like sulk up to Asmo.
Oh, goody! I'm gonna enjoy this conversation, aren't I?
Asmo.
Yes, Nara.
And she looks up with the biggest, saddest eyes and her lip all wibbling.
Are you giving me them Baby Yodas?
Yes.
Oh shit!
Nara's giving you the Baby Yodas, and she goes,
I would be delicious, wouldn't I? Daenir said that I would taste bad.
and she looked at him waiting
so
for an answer.
You know that Shen comic where the guy goes, Jesus Christ, the smaller pupils?
Oh my god.
That's literally, Asmo's like,
Lips still wibbling, tears welling.
Yeah. Yes.
Really?
Oh, you better believe it there, Nara.
And she just like,
and Asmo like grabs your arm and goes, nom nom nom, ha 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 ha.
and she like,
His pointy
gets the,
needle teeth
like-
tickle.
and she's like,
Thank you, Asmo.
and she just like plops her head against his shoulder.
Okay. It's okay, Nara. Daenir can't bully you here.
Asmo says with no, Asmo says, but on his face isn't saying that. His eyes are looking away for a window to jump out of.
She just like nods into his shoulder.
All right. Wolfgang, Daenir, what are you doing? Just Wolfgang sitting in the corner eating pudding, watching this.
Wolfgang like very slowly eating pudding, watching this, just like.
I miss my wife.
Aw.
Oh.
Daenir walks into the lounge. He walks up to the trophy mantle above the fireplace. I cast Major Image at 6th level.
Sorry.
That's a massive. Okay. What extremely detailed trophy do you want to leave on this shelf?
The Dream Javelin. Casting at 6th level makes it permanent.
It crackles and glows with this immense aura as it sits aloft on your shelf.
Daenir gives a little bit of a smile. You two serve him right. And he walks upstairs to watch the show with his observatory. What show you guys want to come up with?
You know what? Yeah, come on.
Yes.
Asma just kind of shakes, like, let's go your shoulder. Come on.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go watch what chaos Daenir has sown tonight.
Oh, okay.
As you guys walk up to the rooftop observatory, you can see the flames kind of flickering out in the distance of the campfires. You can almost kind of hear the murmur of the soldiers carry in the air. I want, okay, so who's going to, there's one spyglass if I'm correct, yes?
I believe so.
Who is going to be on that? Is that going to be you, Daenir?
Oh yeah, Daenir deserves it.
It's his castle.
Sure.
And it was,
We can take
it was his gambit as well, I suppose.
Beautiful galaxy brain gambit.
All right, so everybody can make perception checks. Daenir, make one with an advantage.
And I can see better at
14.
night, right?
Yes, but
It
right
just
now
means-
it's the distance that matters more than anything.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
26.
11.
It takes it takes a little bit of time as you're watching this, but Nara, you're the first one to notice a group of shadows lumbering in the lower hilllands just south of the camp. And as you point it out, each of you are more able to see it. Wolfgang, you're probably having the hardest time, and Daenir, you're having a hard time finding them with the telescope. But by the time they reach the edge of the camp, you see soldiers as what looks to be a dozen trolls of varying sizes trounce into the camp.
Oh no.
In the distance, you start hearing the bells claxoning, the sound of war horns, as people are scurrying out of their tents. But the trolls are already upon the earliest of them, which happen to be the horses. They're just throwing the horses, ripping them to shreds, and making their way into the camp as people are trying to hold them out. You watch as they tear through these young, confused soldiers. Daenir with a better view than anybody else as you pass around, if you pass around the spy scope. If you ever get your fill of watching people getting torn in half by giants.
I'll pass it along.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
I'll be honest with you, this is giving off the exact same energy as the Galaxy Quest movie when the when the engineer uses the teleporter to summon the giant rock creature.
Oh my god.
Like it's the simple things in life you cherish the most.
These trolls continue to tear through the southern part of this camp as the army is still there's still people blowing for aid. Clang, 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 clang. Lots of panicked movement before they the trolls are able to probably slaughter an entire platoon, losing only a couple of their own number before they start to rally and mount their defense, bringing torches and flaming arrows into the fights. It seems like the trolls maybe take out a little over the hour that it takes to bring this tribe of trolls down. The trolls probably kill about 100 or so of these soldiers and wound an additional 100 or two.
Nice.
Cast sending. Harash. Yeah, we may have just stalled them a little bit. We sicked an entire clan of trolls on them. They're currently causing all kinds of chaos in their camp.
It takes a moment for him to formulate his response. Good work. Keep me posted.
fucking love this game.
It's a simple thing in your life you treasure.
So, needless to say, due to the fact that they're now going to have a severe rotating guard, half of this army is going to have fatigue the next day.
Yeah!
They have been
Yes.
thoroughly distracted. Get fucked, idiots.
Wow. Also, when it was Nara's turn to look at that spyglass, she's like doing this little like excited dance and like, you know, swinging whenever a troll swings and then like shifting like she's actually like playing a video game when you get too into it.
Yeah, you were the hardest one to peel away from that spyglass.
Eat him. Crunch them.
Damn.
Yeah, you
trolls survive.
You let out a mighty squee as a troll crushes a man's helmeted head between his massive jaws.
Ooh. Like a fucking
Beautiful.
Unfortunately, the legend of Go-Chunk dies here, but
No.
Oh,
oh
you
yeah,
sure?
the trolls are pretty well. Okay, the trolls themselves were killed. Maybe like a couple of them fled, but they were sent off and hunted. They are most certainly not good.
Oh, the story of Go-Chunk will live on.
His
Wow.
legacy will remain, but his body is being burned.
May I take a look, Nara? I'd like to take a look.
No, no, wait. The best part
No,
is
no, no,
happening.
hold on.
Stop. No, just do wait. I want to watch.
A man gets bent in half, like basically into the size of like a massive, like, basically this man gets like bent in half, his spine bent backwards as the troll crunches into the stomach. The innards gush out of his face.
So beautiful.
Asmo just turns to look at the guys, like giving the guys like Jim from The Office kind of look.
Well, I'm glad to see the morale's high.
I've never seen a human turned into a waterfall before.
Yeah,
I have.
yeah, the entire southern portion of that section of the camp, all the green grass is stained red with deep crimson. The
Now you
plants
can
will
look.
remember this day.
Nora?
Oh no. Yes.
That is the power of words. And
I
in your
think I
words,
like them.
downstairs.
I think I like them much more now.
And my final spell, I've used all my thirds, fourths, fifths, and sixths except for this one. My final spell, I will continue to torment Kinch. Same dream.
On this night, you're not visited by the spirits of the bleeding god.
Mm-hmm.
But you leave Kench in his torments, taking a bit more pleasure out of it, knowing that, like, you're cautious at first, knowing that you might come face to face with the bleeding god once more.
Mm-hmm.
But as you continue to torment him, actually, let me go ahead and roll his save. He's
Let's get a will save.
Not exactly the highest in wisdom, and that's an 11, so no.
Okay, he takes another 10 damage, and he does not get sleep this night.
All right, so he is, let's see, that's 2 layers of fatigue?
2 layers of fatigue.
Wow.
Points of exhaustion.
He's not having a good time. Anybody else have anything they want to do before slumber and moving on in the morning?
Asmo
You know
waits his turn until he can look into the telescope. Does he get a chance? Does he?
Now you can look.
Asmo looks through.
Ah, you assholes.
You watch as there is a troll wearing 2 people as shoes, just kicking and stomping around on other soldiers.
Ah, those sons of bitches deserve it.
So it's just like howling.
Nara's got hands on both sides of her face, just like beaming at how excited Asmo is.
You have to give it to them. Trolls are pretty creative.
Oh, I just ripped one in half. Oh, God.
Wish I could do that.
Ah, bastards.
As one puts it away.
All right, now I can look again.
Yes!
She's like glued to it for a while.
I'm going to try to contact my patron.
All right, you wander down to where there's a quiet space away from the laughter and glee at the slaughter. Go ahead and give me a insight check as you attempt to reach out with your soul. Or actually, no, a charisma check.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I can't unroll that.
No worries.
The insight was a 22. I'll roll a charisma. Yeehaw. Soft 20.
As you sit down and you begin to meditate, just focusing on the power within you, the power that continues to grow, you feel that flickering warmth around you, and the light around your eyes begins to vignette with that pitch white as you once again feel yourself in this realm of radiant fire. In front of you, before where your eyes could not even possibly adjust to the radiance, you see the even brighter silhouette of a man standing before you. You can't tell if he's facing you or not.
Hello again.
You have returned.
Yes. I find that it's getting easier and easier.
You have been able to channel much of my power. Much of what was gifted to your line.
I have indeed. I've tried to use that in the best way possible.
So you have. What brings you to my realm today?
I have questions.
You may ask.
My companion, Daenir. He spoke of a god of corruption. And he also said this god mentioned a god of creation. The only one that comes to mind is you. Something like the creator. What did it mean?
So the day has come to pass. It has reached your friend. It is capable of communication.
Through dreams. That was more of a question than a statement.
Yes. Through the mines. Tell me.
It's
For what do you believe? I lend you my power. I told you long ago.
To preserve life.
More than that.
I want you to roll a intelligence check.
Yeah, I'm going through my notes right now as well.
This was a very long time ago, well over a year at this point.
Oh, then I wouldn't even be in my current notes. That'd be on my old computer. Damn it. Intelligence. 11?
You've had so much go on since the last, since you've had, and so many conversations, some significantly vaguer than others. But you do remember him telling you that he granted you power for a larger purpose. You just can't remember exactly what he asked.
You mentioned that I was the key or something.
To correcting my greatest mistake.
And what might that be? I have a few ideas. But I wanted to hear it from you.
As you are the vessel, I would like to hear it from you.
The bleeding god.
Again, more of a question.
Yes.
You created the bleeding god.
It was a moment of weakness. A moment of what you might call great anger. A moment where I didn't want anything to exist. Even myself.
So you created your own destruction.
Amusing, is it not?
I wouldn't say amusing, more ironic. Also probably a bad idea, but who am I to judge?
Who indeed?
You mentioned I'm this vessel?
Yes. The wielder of my power. My blade-gifted mortal form.
Can I sort of summon it here?
If you summon Crescendo, he would just kind of chuckle.
Not quite so literal. You've loved in your life.
Yes. I still do.
I've seen it in your heart. You know what it feels to love so deeply and truly. You know what it feels like to have them taken.
Wait. Did you create the bleeding god so you could be with her again?
I wish I could say yes to that. But no. It was much less noble. Why it exists does not matter, though. Knowing all this, does that change your path?
Not in the slightest.
Then carry on, my blade.
And here is where we'll end today's session.
Tender.